Three, two, one.
Good morning and welcome back to our channel. Today I am going to be showing you what I do to reduce the monthly cost of feeding my dogs. Now we all know with the costs of everything going up, dog food is one of those things that has increased tenfold over the last 2 years. So what I do is I actually cook my dog's mielie meal porridge. Pap, as we say in Afrikaans. But with a twist to it. It's not straightforward, just mielie meal porridge. There's a lot of things that we can use to supplement the pap by adding vitamins to it, irons, flavors, all those kind of things. So let me show you basically how I do it, what I do, and at the end we will then just do a little cost comparison to buying a straightforward run-of-the-mill dog pellets as opposed to what I buy with a mielie meal porridge for a month. Alright, so here I've got a 10 litre pot, and in here it is a mix. There is bits of old bread, there is spinach stalks, pumpkin peels, potato peels, just about anything and everything that we would generally discard in the kitchen. There are some things that are not good for dogs, for example, onion. Onion I do not use here with the animals at all. And what is also nice about this is, like us, so do our dogs get tired of the same thing over and over and over. So by doing this, you have always got the option of adding in soup mix, different flavors of soups, mince, soya mince, and when you want to build up a little bit of more protein or something like that, there's always the scraps of meat, the saw-off cuts that you can pick up at your general butcher, supermarkets. I pick mine up at the Spar in Elliot, and it generally costs about 10 rand for a kilogram, and that is always nice just to add in here as well. So let's get started. We're going to get this thing flamed up. So what I do here is I leave this to boil and simmer down a little bit before I add in the mielie meal and then give it a good stir. So I have got my gas stove on high with my 10 litre pot. So I have put in a litre, call it that, as for the measuring jug, of mielie meal into the mixing jug. This is the same jug I use for collecting the scraps throughout the day or 2 days that actually goes into the pot. So from here we are now going to add water, so I'll show you the consistency that I prefer. Now I have added the water to the mielie meal here now, and it's difficult to explain how much water to add, because the different mielie meals are different grades and some require a little more water than others, but the big thing is on the consistency. So we will just keep adding water and I'll show you where we get to. Alright, so I've added all the water, and this is the consistency that I prefer. You can see it is not runny, but at the same time it is not stiff and dry. There is nothing worse than adding dry mielie meal to a pot of boiling water. It goes extremely lumpy, and those lumps are a mission and a half to get out. So we're going to leave that, let it stand for as long as it takes for the water to start boiling, and I'll see you then. Alright, so every couple of minutes or so, I just like to give it a good stir. As you can see, all the bits and pieces, bread, pumpkin, even peppers. Now, also just to bear in mind that you need to consider the size of your dog as to if you're putting in pumpkin peels or something like that, that it is easy for them to swallow. They don't want to sit and chew on a potato peel or something like that, or choke on anything. So you need to make sure you do slice up whatever you're putting in into chunk sizes. I have got 3 dogs here that I'm feeding this. I've got a Ridgeback Bella, then there's Sundancer Jack Russell, and there is also Cheeky. And Cheeky, she's a small size Yorkie. So this size, I'd need to make sure that it is compatible with all 3 of the dogs. Also, I have been doing this now for more than 10 years, and I've never once had a problem with skin allergies or dry skin, dandruff. Skin is always, well, the coat is always nice and shiny. It helps with their teething. So for me, this works. Alright, so we have got the water rather fiercely starting to boil. We're going to give it a good stir just to get everything off the bottom. Make sure nothing's burning fast on the bottom, especially the eggshells. Oh yes, yeah, and that was another thing. Oh, there we're starting to go a little bit heavy on the boil there. I even add eggshells in. Nothing like adding a bit of calcium. So we're going to leave this to simmer down a bit, so that there's enough place for us to add the mealie meal. As you can see, it's been standing here, and it is nice and moist, but not sloppy. Exactly how we want to see it. Alright, so now I've turned my gas stove down to call it between medium and low, and we have got a nice slow simmer going here. So we are going to leave it like that for about half an hour until it has dropped down, and we will then be adding the porridge. Alright, so it's been about 20 minutes that the water's been boiling. You can see how it has dropped and everything has got nice and soft inside the pot. Now, one of 2 things: you can leave it, let it boil away until there's sufficient place to put the almost 2 liters of porridge in here, but then we're just wasting time and obviously gas as well. So what I then just do as an alternative is I skip out some of the water, and we then just keep on adding it back as the level of the porridge drops down later. So just any container, I use this 1 liter one. It was a margarine one. Just skip out, and then we're now going to add the porridge. Go gently in here. Now, one thing that I do is I cook the porridge for 45 minutes to an hour. That way you're making sure the mealie meal is nicely cooked. Alright, so there we go. You can see we have got almost a full pot again after adding the mealie meal in. Okay. Oh, I tell you, sometimes the aromas that come off here are very enticing. You'll actually pick up on this one. There's a little bit of oily content on the top, and that is from the chicken gravy that I just threw in here. Alright, so I'm going to turn up the oven again, back to high, and we are just going to gently stir it until it starts boiling again. And once it starts boiling, we will then just once again turn it down to a slow simmer, and it will cook away for 45 minutes, more than sufficient time for the mealie meal to have cooked away. And then I'm just going to add back in some of the water we skipped out to get the pot full. Once again, just watching out for splashes. So we'll just keep stirring until we start seeing the bubbling, and then we will carry on. Alright, so as can be seen, we have got some boiling going here, which is what we're wanting. Now, with a full pot of porridge, if you don't use a lid like me, be careful of it splashing all over. It will tend to splash on the stove top. So we're just going to turn it down onto low so that it keeps this momentum, and then give it a good stir. Nice and chunky with all the bits and pieces. Oh, that's it there. So it's been a bit of messing, and we're going to leave it like this for about 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes or so, give it a stir, and after the 45 minutes, it will be done. Alright, so 15 minutes later, looking good. Just stir up all the thick from underneath. And we'll be doing this 2 more times, and we will be done with this pot of pop. Alright, so it's been another 15 minutes. Let's give the pot a good stirring again. So it's been cooking for half an hour. So after this, it will just need another 15 minutes, and we can put it off and take it off heat. Alright, so it's been 45 minutes, or actually just over 45 minutes. I'm going to give it a good stir here. Just making sure the pot doesn't slide off the stove. This will set to almost a jelly type by this evening, and we will then take it from there, and I will show you how the kids enjoy it. Right, so now we've dished up. That is for Cheeky, the little Yorkie, the Jack Russell, and Bella, the Ridgeback. Right, so let's do the feed. Come here, go. Get out. Is it nice? Hey, baby boy. Good boy. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. And in very good plump condition. And we go to the little scruffy one. Come. Muy buena. Just loves it as well. Right, so now just a little recap on the costing, as I said earlier in the video. Yeah, with us purchasing 3 15 kg dog food pellet bags at roughly 245 Rand, depending what brand you get. Obviously, the 245 Rand for 15 kilos is on the low end of the price scale. So let's work on the low end here. You're looking at 735 Rand for 3 15 kg bags is what I would go through. Using the porridge side, the mealie meal, 12.5 kgs, depending which is on special, but on average you're looking at about 100 Rand a bag. Then I do buy 1 bag, 15 kg bag of the dry pellets, so that's the 245. So we're looking at 345 Rand. So the 345 against 735 in just pellets is a saving of 390 Rand a month. You can add in extras to that. A kg of soya mince, depending on what flavor you're getting. You're looking at around about 32 Rand a kilogram to 500 kg bags. And then the pets mince, I would generally buy 3 kgs, which is another 30 Rand. So from the 390 Rand saving, extras would be 62 Rand. So you're still looking at over 320 Rand saving a month just on the dog's foods. And I can guarantee you there is no medical issues, there's no health issues, there's no condition issues with the way I use it. Guys, please like, subscribe, share, drop a comment if you'd like to add anything in or any concerns on using this for your animals or your dogs rather. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.